stopwatch. Good afternoon, Wayne America. Aaron Chepler alongside Jeremy Anderson. A little change to our broadcast schedule. Semifinals started a little bit earlier as the Wayne women took on the Oklahoma Sooner women just at 10 a.m. Right now they're currently in the 10:50 broadcast. Starting a little late as it's the Wayne B-side men take on the North Dakota State University B-side. And right now Wayne is on a breakaway going down the right side and Wayne going left to right on your radio. We're about 2 minutes into this game. We'll do 2 20-minute halves, depending if they're running behind schedule. But we'll see how this goes as the Wayne women will be moving on to the finals of their division, and they'll be taking on the winner of whoever else was on the other side of the bracket. I saw South Dakota State University was on the other side of the bracket, but they defeated Oklahoma Sooners 10-5. So Wayne women moved to 4-0 so far in this March Madness tournament. But the Wayne men, they are currently 2-1, and they're playing in some sort of just a fourth game for fun because they didn't get a chance to make their playoff bracket. As it's Minnesota, all these games are happening now. Kansas State's taking on Minnesota, and Northern State's taking on University of Canada. And 3 of those teams went 2-1 as well. But Wayne also gave up 37 points to Minnesota State Mankato yesterday, and that probably didn't help on the defensive aspect. But we'll have a line out right now for North Dakota State. Well, Jeremy, what is it, North Dakota State? Do you know their mascot? I know South Dakota State's Jackrabbits.
I just know, actually, North Dakota State is Bison.
Bison, all right. Got the Bisons and the Wildcats B-sides going on here right now at the House of Pain in Wayne, America. And we'll have another line out for the Bison. It goes out to the Bison on their near side of the field around their 22-meter mark. They're going back to their try-zone. Ball's now on the ground. Wildcats trying to jump on it, get a ruck formed over, get an early score. As again, this is 2 B-side matchups. A-side preparing for their Sweet 16 Elite 8 matchups happening in 2 weeks. Next week's an Easter weekend, and then the week after that is University of Dallas out of Texas is coming to Wayne, America to take on the Wildcats. Right now the Wildcats about to get into the try-zone. A few meters out before they drop the ball, and the Bison take over. Now there's a standstill maul just around the scrimmage or the line, and there's also one of the Bison players down. The whistle's been blown by the sir. As right after the women's game got done, right before we started our broadcast, the sir ran on the field and said, "Both teams come here, we're starting now," because we're 10 minutes behind schedule. But yeah, we'll see. So they'll have a standstill, so they'll come back out to the 5-meter mark for a scrum down. We'll see which scrum half. It's either the Wildcats or the Bison will be rolling it in. Looks like the Wildcats scrum half does have the ball. 4 backs out wide left for the Wildcats, 4 backs out wide right for the Bison. And so they're just rescheduling the huddle up for the scrum. Making sure everybody's locked down, but again, they're on the far side of the field. Wildcats still going left to right on your radio. We're trying to get an early score here. Just about 4 minutes into this broadcast. 4 minutes into this 2 20-minute halves. And as the scrum is going in, the ball is going to be rolled in, and the whistle's blown again. Just trying to reset again as some of the new guys are playing here for the Wildcats as well as for the Bison. Just trying to get the learning curve out of the way as they'll be. Some of them are older, but most of them are still freshmen and sophomores, so they'll be here for a long time.
Yeah, I know one of the players, Daniel Leecraft. He's a senior, first time ever in rugby because he was kind of a football all-star. Now that football's kind of done over with him, he decided to join the team, and so far he's doing a great job.
And he's out on the right side, the lone right guy on the near sideline right in front of the Bison's bench, and the scrum again, this time it collapses, so we'll have the 3rd time we'll be doing the scrum, and it is April 1st, and we'll try not to do too many April Fool's jokes for you, but you never know. Some people listening around the world, it might have been April 1st already. So we're a little behind in this Central Time Zone.
Hey, Chef, is that some ketchup right there?
that was you're just gonna try to make people look down.
Yep, exactly.
And as Coach Barner goes across the try-zone, just cutting across the field, no big deal. Anyway, back into the action. It's still a scrum down, and again, fourth time we'll be having a rematch of the scrum. But Jeremy, your thoughts on yesterday, as the Wayne teams went 3-1 yesterday, and majority of them blowouts, but one was a lot. Well, one was just a close win for the Notre Dame women.
Yeah, the women did a great job. As I kind of predicted, as soon as they scored one try, that was not going to be the last time in the game. And I said that with 3 minutes left, and with about 30 seconds left, the women scored another try to win the game. And that's just how Wayne works. They keep pounding, so it's a really tough game. And then finally, they find the team's weakness and just go at it at the last minute and succeed.
So finally the ball comes out of the scrum, and it's a quick scissor pass up the middle, trying to get into the try zone. He's across the line. All he has to do is place it down. The server will blow his whistle. They're right at the pillar right now. Whistle's still not been blown. And he stands still, did not get in for the try. He was pretty close, but didn't get it, as everybody's just standing around on the far side of the field as we're more close where the tower is ways away from it. So we might be coming back after the 5-meter mark again, and we'll be redoing a scrum down again. But as the other games around us just finishing up, you're going to hear some hoorays in the background. As again, one more game will be broadcasting later this afternoon. It'll be the Wayne women. We'll check to see who the winner is at halftime. We'll go down and see who won the other semifinal matchup in the Wayne women's division. And it'll be the Wayne men right now are currently in the B-side matchup against North Dakota State University, the Bison. They'll be forming another scrum down around the 5-meter mark right in front of the Wayne Rugby Park, one of the field goal posts. It is a scrum half this time for the Bison. Looks like he has the ball, will be rolling it in, and as soon as he touches, he will be able to get tackled. The Bison still in their scrum, stands still right now, nobody moving, kicking it around. And now it goes back out to the left side where the backs are at, in their own try zone, boots it down the field right to Lee Craft. And Daniel Lee Craft, not much of a receiver, as he lets it go out of bounds. As it didn't even look like he went out of bounds, but the line's right down here, they're not painted the best. So the line's in for the Bison, marked it out of bounds, so it'll be going back to the Bison ball. So you touched on us, actually.
Nelson Daniel Lee Craft trying to show his football athleticism, jumping out of bounds to try to save the ball and throwing it back in, but his foot was on the line when he did that, so that's a ball.
Yeah, they're just all trying to work it right now. They're seeing if he touches it before he goes out of bounds. One of the coaches for the Bison are saying so. They're asking everybody, they're asking to see if he said he touched it, he says he touched it, but then he doesn't know if he stepped on the line at the same time. So we're going to have a standstill right now, and the Sir stops his watch for this as they're going to all figure everything out. But they'll have maybe the captains come up and maybe might just do a drop ball. But they're going to be talking to it, but we're going to take a break real quick. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on 91.9 The Cat, your home for Wildcat Sports. Welcome back to the House of Pain in Wayne America. Aaron Chester alongside Jeremy Anderson, and it will be Bison ball out of the lineup. As thrown in through the tunnel, goes over to the Wildcat side. On the ground, still picked up now by one of the Wildcat ruggers. Goes out left side, middle of the field, still running around left side. Lost the ball now. Bison picking it up about at the midfield mark. On the far side of the field now, everything's been happening kind of far away from this ball. Is knocked forward now. Possession still in favor of the Wildcats. The ball's now on the ground. Ruck being formed over the Wildcat player. There's a backs out to the right side for the Wildcats. As they're on the far side of the field, one of the Wildcat players running over a Bison player before he gets tackled or tripped up after that one. Because now they're still running on the far side of the field, left side that is. Unofficially, we're 10 minutes into this first half as the score is still 0-0. Here in the main field of the Rugby complex, as there's multiple games going on all around us. There are other semifinal matchups. For the majority of them are semifinal matchups, as right now Northern State's taking on University of Canada, Manitoba, and Kansas State is taking on Minnesota State, Mankato. We'll have those results for you when we come back to our broadcast of the 12-15 matchup. Unofficially, as this one's kind of run by schedule, for the Wayne women, be taking on the winner of the other side of the semifinal bracket. We'll get that for you at halftime. Right now there's a scrum down in favor of the Wildcats. Scrum half for the Wildcats, be rolling the ball in. On the far side of the field, 4 backs out wide right for the Wildcats and 4 backs out wide left for the Bison. Scrum half for the Wildcats will roll the ball and kicked around to the Bison side. The Wildcats pick it up and tackle right away near the middle of the field around the 40-meter marker. And now the Bison picked up. It's still 0-0 is our score. Maul's being formed. Now it's a rolling maul moving in favor of the Bison. Now it's going back and forth right now for the Wildcats as they're pushing people around, kind of standing up and everything, but now they fall to the ground. And a whistle has been blown, so the ball will be going back to where it was originally at, just around the other side of the 40-meter marker. We're on the Wildcats side, about middle of the field, just on the far side. 0-0 still our score, under 10 minutes to play here in this first half. As another scrum down will be taking place here for the Wildcats, as a scrum half for the Bison will be getting ready to roll in. That's Dakota State University Bison B-side, taking on the Wayne State College Wildcats B-side. Giving some of the A-side players a rest and giving some of the B-side players opportunity to show themselves early on in their career in March Madness and Mayhem and Community Tournament. As the Bison get the ball on the far side, being dragged down, just gaining a few meters, and then fell on the ground, a ruck being formed. Over and ball going outside now for the Bison, just on the far sideline. And as he touches the line, then we'll see which way the linesman points his hand, points it to the Wildcat side. So the Wildcats hooker will be getting ready to throw the ball in on a line out. As the serve marks everything out for the line out. Stepping out a few feet and marking it with his foot, so that's where the tunnel begins for both squads to throw their players up. As the line out is thrown in by the Wildcats and received still by the Wildcats on the far side of the field. Tackle now going up to the right. That's where 3 more backs are. Now tossing before he gets tackled. Nice juke move by one of the Wildcat players, being dragged down around the 40-meter marker. Passes it back. It's 2-on-3 advantage. Bison tackled, knocked to the ground. No knock on. And Lee Craft picked the ball up and started running, but it wasn't actually a knock on. I believe that was DeRocha falling to the ground and losing the ball forward, and then Daniel picked it back up. Can't do that if you're on the Wildcat side. The possession would go back to the Bison. As that's a minor penalty, and the scrum half for the Bison getting set to roll the ball in just around midfield on the near sideline, right in front of both benches. 0-0 still our score. One of 2 games to be broadcasted here on 91.9 Cat, your home for Wildcat Sports. We thank you for listening, and also for this little different schedule, as some of the semifinal matches won't start till later this afternoon. Not sure the reason why, but the first semifinal matches for the women started at 10 o'clock. And the Wayne women won that one over Oklahoma University, scored 10-5. Right now the Wildcats have the ball in the backfield around the 22-meter mark, and tackle right away on the Bison players. It's 3-on-3, no advantage, but now the rest of the teams come back. Ball still on the ground, kick up the field, and a whistle will be. Possession still in favor of the Bison if the Wildcats will have to touch it. And the serve is blowing his whistle and play is still in session, but finally everybody catches the attention.
Both defenses doing really good jobs. Not really moving the ball that much, because right now this is like the first time that the Bison have been inside the 22-meter marks of Wayne State territory. But overall, Wayne's offense is doing a really good job finding the hole and going through, but then they get a penalty or something, they have to somehow get the ball to them.
The scrum half of the Bison rolled the ball on the 22-meter mark on the Wildcats side, and the Bison have the ball on the far side of the field, coming across the field trying to wait for their teammates as all their backs are out left as they're going that way. Ball knocked on the ground now. 3 backs out wide left. Now there's only 1 more to pass to, so people have to hook around for him. As he falls to the ground, ruck being formed over one of the Bison players. Wildcats steal the ball. That's DeRocha with the ball now. Trying to pass it, does pass it over his shoulder. Goes out right side to Lee Craft down the line. Little juke move using his football skills. He's staying on his feet. He can run, folks, and he's finally dragged out of bounds on the other side of the field. Jeremy, what'd you think of that one?
Great footwork by Daniel Wheatcraft. Like Aaron said, he's using his football skills.
And then also it's the Daniel that doesn't really know how to play rugby. As soon as it's out of bounds, you can do a quick line out, and that's exactly what the Bison are doing. And the Bison, it's 1-on-2. Ball is kicked around now inside the 10-meter mark for the Wildcats, but the Bison have the ball on the far side of the field. So right away when Daniel went out of bounds, he thought, oh, well, we'll set up for the line out again. But nope, the Bison decided to throw it in quickly as the rugby is being forward with the Wildcat player. He picks the ball up now, passes it back, coming across the 22 mark. And it's right at the 22 mark. Ruck being forward over him. There's 3 backs out wide right for the Wildcats and a 4 out wide left for the Bison. And DeRoche just boots it down the field. Has got a strong leg. We go against that south wind today as one of the Wildcat players slipped. And also another Wildcat player picked it up. Now, nice speed here from DeRoche before he's tackled just across midfield. And now Leecraft has the ball. He just has to outrun one of the rugby players. And he had too much momentum going forward as he fell to the ground. Ruck was being forward over him, but he lost the ball. No teammates were there for the Wildcats to help him out as the Bison regained possession of the ball.
It seemed like Leecraft was trying to take 2 long strides, and that's what tripped him up. Otherwise, he would have the guy beat to the corner.
Just about 4 minutes left here in this first half. Unofficially, the score still 0-0. Both teams have been inside the 5-meter mark, but didn't prevail as the other team just booted it away. As the Bison have the ball now inside their 22, booted it down, or booted, but it hit one of the Wildcat players. One of them just picked it up and got leveled. About to say smoked in level, just also in a new word there. But now there's a couple of players down, just a little tired as it's been a back and forth game. Both teams have been running down the field and across the field and everything. So they'll have to get up slowly as there will be a few minutes, I believe, of stoppage time. As there was one of that kick that went out of bounds like within the first 10 minutes of the first half as they had to bring both captains up. But there is an injury on the field right now, so they'll be taking a water break. We'll take a break with them. We'll be back in at 1 minute here on 91.9 The Cat, your home for Wildcat Sports. Back here in the House of Pain, Wayne America, Aaron Sheffield alongside Jeremy Anderson coming out of the water break for the Bison. They'll kick it out of bounds and they'll regain possession just on the other side of the midfield on the Wildcat side. It's Wayne State College B side taking on North Dakota State University B side. As this is one of the first of our 2 games we'll be broadcasting this afternoon, as we'll be broadcasting the finals of the Wayne women taking on one of the other teams on the other side of the semifinal of their division. We'll find that out at halftime, just about under 4 minutes left, pending some stoppage time, as the line out will be in possession of the hooker for the Bison, as he's calling it out on the far side of the field, getting ready to throw the ball in, as they had to go get the ball as it kind of went on one of the other rugby fields. As there's multiple games going on around us, everybody else is showing up. There were over 70 teams here yesterday in Wayne. A few of them left already because they had a long drive back. Notre Dame women are still here. They had a game this morning. I saw them. All their stuff was right in front of us again, so they're still here. They got a long trip back this afternoon, so I wonder if they have some more games. Saw them they're on one of the other brackets, not in the Wayne one though, but Leecraft now with the ball coming across midfield before he's dragged out of bounds by one of the Bison players.
That's about the only time they can stop Daniel Leecraft, because once he reaches open field, he cannot be stopped unless they force him to the outside and make him go out.